Good morning. I want to be very controversial this morning. The Springboks have won the World Cup 4 times now, which is the most number of times it's been won by any country. So, we are basically the country with the highest wins in rugby. But here's my question. Of those 4 wins, what have those wins translated to in terms of a South African, a young man somewhere in the townships who wants to play the sport? What has winning rugby 4 times done for South Africa? I don't want to say it's a white spot, but if you look at the numbers, that's what they say. Even if you look at the blacks that are in the sport, they had to go through some white college, either through a scholarship or through other means. And this is obviously going to be very difficult for a black person like myself sitting in the rural area to even get that scholarship, because first I need to be spotted playing rugby somewhere. And I don't care which rural area you come from, there is no rugby facilities near you, just like cricket, but we're not talking cricket today. Bottom line is, you find that you probably need to relocate, you need to go live in the city, at least get close to a rugby facilities. And then even if you need to get to those schools, those of us that had the privilege of attending with white people, about the racism there, even though you don't want to talk about it. Just accessing the school itself, there's so many red taps, and then even when you're there, they still make you feel like you're not part of it. I mean, you all know what happened in the University of Free State a few years ago, and that was just the tip of the iceberg. But the real issues are down there. And I know we are all happy to celebrate, yes, it's good for the country. But what about transformation? And we're not saying just put black people there for the sake of having black people representing the country. But I'm saying have the infrastructure in place that will enable the black person from wherever they may be to get access to the sport, to practice, to get trained, so that they can go and compete at the best, at the highest level with the best from the country. I don't have to only go to certain colleges, and we can name those colleges. You know where all the Springbok players came from. We know which colleges they attended, we know which school they attended, but that is not, unfortunately, going to be for everyone. And I'm of the view that if we really want to celebrate the Boks victory, let those wins mean something to all of us. Not just that because, yes, they went there on the South African ticket, then they represent all of us. I'm sorry, I just don't relate to the Boks win. I'm happy, every week crying because Bafana lost, because I can relate to that. Growing up, I had aspirations of one day representing the country. And for me, that's what I want every young black South African to aspire to. I want every South African to feel that, if I could just work hard enough, I could compete with the whites, I could compete with all of them. Yes, I could go and compete in the global stage. That's what I would like to see, and that's what I want all these World Cup rugby wins to translate for a black South African like myself. Enjoy your Sunday.